they are, what they look like, anything, any basic information, just so that you've got an idea of who you might be running into in these uh, in this session, because I'm sure there's not going to be much time for introductions in the current situation.
Okay. How shall we introduce Svenja? Give me a second. I'm just pulling up stuff that might be relevant. Anybody else wants to go? Yeah, Mike's yours.
I can say Jormund is. He looks exactly like how you'd expect a human fighter to look. Chainmail, helmet, all that good stuff. Except he's usually the one running around with a wolf the size of a horse beside him.
When he isn't drowning.
And I occasionally grew up big enough to handle that wolf-sized horse like a little puppy.
Okay, so Svenja is almost like the archetypical Viking bard advisor. So she tends to speak in very eloquent, measured, and considered tones. She did start out as the lore master or lore mistress and bard of the village, with a lot of that kind of charm and storytelling. She loves stories. She's not the sort of general performing bard. Somewhere along the line, she was what you will see is during the games she encountered a Valkyrie, which whose armor she's now wearing. The Valkyrie was busy dying, and there's something going on in the bigger scheme of things that we will cover later. So over the last few months or so, she has morphed away from the storyteller bard into a somewhat fearsome and fierce warrior. More and more Valkyrie, less and less storyteller. Uh, this Valkyrie beast that the rest of the party knows of is trapped inside of her and gives her immense power at immense personal risk to herself.
She made a tower blow up once. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, so she's blown up a tower. She's destroyed a demigod in her last combat. The damage is not entirely under her control, so it's kind of a high risk, high reward thing. People around her could be decimated. In the combat that, or in the battle, the raid that you're joining, her true nature has become visible to all of the villagers. She's been trying to keep it silent. But if you kind of imagine the Valkyrie, she now and then will manifest these angelic wings and those kind of things. That is where her path has unexpectedly been leading her to. She does now and then have a bit of a naughty sense of humor, and it's not all serious and death and destruction. Uh, but she has been spending a lot of time coming to grips with this infestation, as it were. Too much info. Let's go. Next person.
Yeah, to be fair, you may like Riva, you might be actually, you might know some of this information because you might have heard some of it at the Cedar Tower, and yeah, you will definitely be seeing Valkyries flying through the sky over this battle, and one hell of an explosion going off around where Svenja was. So it will become pretty evident pretty soon. Yeah, these things are not hard to glean. Maybe the intricacies, but yeah, who else has got an intro for?
Gorm is the classic looking Viking. He is his half plate with his shield and warhammer. his current situation was missing an eye, and now the demigod that was killed shoved an eye in his in the same place. So it's a bit confusing at the moment. Yeah, a worshipper of Aegir. Yeah, that's the gist of it.
So yeah, I think it's just the Kamala and Reva left.
Well, Raver is quite a tall man. He has slightly pointed ears, although his it's mostly covered up by the Arctic fox belt he wears on his head. He's covered in the symbols of the gods, and as a centerpiece, the symbol of Freya, the goddess he worships the most. He is part of the Freya's court, possibly Freya's champion, although he is not so sure about that himself. He has recently journeyed far from his last mission to join up to the tower where he first entered the prime material plane to honor his next mission before getting called to Brodvik to aid an old friend of his. He is a druid, as I've said before, and yeah, that's mainly him.
Yeah, and as for the daughter of said old friend, Kamala.
Well, Camilla is a pale-skinned looking elf that has a preference to use what's called two blades to fight instead of a bow or other weapons. Mostly because the blades was a gift from her father. Though, if it need be, she knows how to bite. But not to keep animals alive.
Yeah, has not had the best luck with keeping pets, though. The Albe's doing well. So yeah, with that, Krista, have you got a recap there of our last events, or should I take?
Yeah, so let me see if I can sketch the picture. So when Rayfar, it sounds like you kind of arrived halfway through the battle. In the last session, we were in the graveyard where we decided we would do the first engagement of the invading fleets. And we were halfway through the graveyard. Ailson had summoned a giant skeleton. And in his direct confrontation with Gorm, he essentially shoved some artificial artifact or eye into Gorm's empty eye socket, which came from a previous injury. Svenja at that point converted into Valkyrie form, and between her and all of the units led by all of the other party members, we essentially destroyed that part of the army that decided to land there and decimated them and routed them, including the giant skeleton, which Ailson then brought back to life with a true resurrection. With a bit of, with help from the Jarl, it became clear that this skeleton was actually, or this ice giant was actually previously an ally of Brodvik, which is our town. And Svenja convinced him to help us fight against Ailson. He saw that he was overpowered, tried to escape, but the Valkyrie beast essentially blew him up, leaving a massively large smoking crater and damage and things like that. We found his spear. That was all that was left of him, and then we left the session where we chased the two longships that was remaining up to the wall on the map. You'll see there was a sort of guard coasts at the coast. There was a graveyard a little bit in, and then a wall further up. So our plan was to decimate the armies as they approached the town rather than fight them in one spot. When we got to the wall, there was some dwarves and frog folks getting ready to combat us, and I think that was where we left the session. So the mental pictures is this massive explosion, one army decimated, chasing after the second wing of it to protect the town from the raid.
And that is exactly where we are going to pick things up. I just want to make sure, because Foundry has been giving us some weird issues lately, that please let me know if you can't see the map, because you should all always be able to see it. But
I can see it on the stream, though Forge decided to log me out on the player screen, so I'm just gonna log back in.
Cool. Well, where we are going to pick things up, to give Riva some context as well, you would not be arriving at the like midway through the battle. You would be arriving as the reinforcements that were called by Bradovic. They've been calling and trying to raise these units pretty quickly. So you haven't had that much heads up, but you have managed to gather some of the elves and druids and make your way through Yggdrasil with the help of some of the druids and your new squirrel friend. But we are going to join you now as you have just seen a bunch of like women and children and elderly people getting rushed through Yggdrasil. They seem to be using this passageway. They seem to be coming from Bradovic, and you and your reinforcements have just made your way through the tree. And this is where you will find yourself. As you step out of the tree, you will see townsfolk running in every direction, most of them running to gather weapons and prepare for battle, as you see some of the army that has already been amassed being commanded and told where to go. They all seem to be rushing off to battle just as you're arriving. And the two of you that are there on the map as well, that were with Riva, you guys can control those characters for now as well in this scene, as you are part of those reinforcements. But as you arrive, Riva, you will see standing near the sky tree, this massive tree that stands next to the main longhouse, you will see an elf who you recognize as Victoria Ireland, and she looks very happy to see you and your reinforcements and is waving to you as you arrive.
I will approach her. It is
Say,
really
it is good to see you again, old friend. I'm glad you got my message.
It's been far too long.
Far too long indeed. I wish we had time to catch up, but the armies are moving south. We have a rather nasty attacker coming for the town, and hopefully we'll be able to fend them off. But I will need you, and she's going to point out to some of the elves. Say, follow me. We're going to go and set up on the bridge. Anyone who is an archer, please stick with me. Riva, there are some druids from the tower there that are getting ready to head down in to the wall, and I would really appreciate it if you could help. There's a dwarf named Nurse, and she'll point first up to the top to the two druids that you will see there, one of whom is a turtle, and the other looks more humanoid. But they seem to be getting the druidic forces together. And then when she says the dwarf, she'll point across the bridge to Nurse Olsen down here, who you can see is talking to a Goliath, and the two of them are starting to make their way out of the town. They just seem to be gathering their warriors as well. But yeah, it seems pretty chaotic around here.
Okay. Hopefully, after the battle, we can recommence with one another. But first, we need to prepare. May the Allfather guide us, and may Freya protect nature.
Torg.
Torg, baby Torg.
Just leans over to look behind you and see this little like baby tree and goes, are these warriors of yours, or is that just a pet?
It was a former fallen. He was one that took out the last of the poachers with me. Another has fallen and unfortunately not recovered, but he seems to do all right for what was left of him. That being just an arm.
Well, we're glad to get all the help we can get. I'll leave you to find your way. The others should know what's going on. If you need any more help, just give me a call. We should be down by this river, and she'll point to the river that she seems to be planning on heading down. But with that, is going to start to kind of rush off to the edge of the town.
All right.
And she takes a bunch of the elves, all the archers, with her. So they are heading to the main battlefield where that's already happened in the game, but they end up doing quite well. So you can see there's quite a few people here. The people that are on the map you can see and interact with, but all of them will be able to give you some direction if you need it. However, other than just the three of you there, you have got your units with you as well. You've got the druids, so it'll be up to you where you want to send these units and which way you want to go.
Because this is the inner city, or is this or town?
This is pretty much the whole settlement. There's
Whole
a little bit of
settlement.
farmland around, but this is pretty much everywhere.
And she said the enemy was attacking from the south.
Yeah, so quite far south. So it's not on this map. This is just the settlement map. But the armies have moved out of the city to try and defend the like right from the beachhead all the way up the river to the city. They've got defenses, and she was recommending that you speak with the dwarf because they seem to not have many numbers, and she thinks they could use the most help.
Yes. So I'll head towards the dwarf and the Goliath.
Okay. Yeah, as you're walking, you'll overhear there is a bit of an argument going on up at the top. You can see what looks like a early 20s, maybe teenager, shouting at his mother outside the longhouse. But the dwarf seems to be looking across the river and just shaking his head at the argument that is going on over there.
Okay. I move up to the dwarf. The druidic reinforcements have arrived from Yggdrasil. But what is going on? I have been told you needed help.
All right, lad, that's a great relief. We were just trying to figure out how many we'll need. we're going to be heading down to the stone wall, just a wee bit south of the town, and trying to hold the position there. Some druidic help would be of great use. Otherwise, the lumberyard, there's some other troops heading down there if you prefer. Though we could use the numbers.
We will aid you since, well, as you said, you need the numbers.
Much appreciated, lad. My name is Nus. This is Ragnvalder. He's the one commanding the ogres. So if you see any ogres on the battlefield, don't worry, they're on our side.
All right. I am Raver, and I am a druid from far away. But I will lend you as much aid as possible.
Oh, good to meet you, friend. Right, if you're with us, then we're heading out now. Get your friends, get whatever you need, and then you can meet us down at the stone wall. We'll be moving that big old ballista down there. It's just outside the town. You can follow the main road. You won't miss it. And he'll give a nod, and the two of them will start gathering their troops as well to move out.
All right. Well, I suppose I give the command to the troops and start heading that way as well. Does it seem like all the people that can't fend for themselves have entered Yggdrasil and have left?
Yeah, they were led away by a woman named Revna, who you would have seen. She was also an elf, but a high elf, and she seemed to be directing them somewhere. So they all seem to have been evacuated, though most of the town is still here. There weren't that many people that they were evacuating. Most of the people here seem to be gearing up for the fight. Some of them just as levies, but you can see that there are still, even once the armies have moved out, there are still quite a few people here that could be used as troops. Some of them seem like they are still here to just defend the actual town if anyone does manage to get in. Most of them just seem like they seem frustrated, like they don't have anywhere to go. But when you give the command, the druids will make their way to you, and they will seem eager to head into the fight. So if you would like to gather another unit before you leave, you will have to speak to some of the others that are around here, because currently the Arlen's archers have gone to a different battlefield, so you won't have control of them immediately. You will only have control of the druids at the moment. So if you want any more troops, now is the time to try and make some friends.
I guess I'll move up here. Here, speak with these gentlemen.
Yeah, you will see these two are clearly brothers, and they are busy like messing with each other. They seem to just have some like pent up energy, and they bashing shields against each other and laughing like they're excited for battle. When you approach, one of the big guy will look at you and they say, "Oh, look, here, man, this one's got a fox on his head." "Hello, little fox man."
Little fox, man. I'm over 6 foot tall.
Yeah, he's looking at you at like eye level. He's probably also about 6 foot, but he's wide.
All right. Hello. It is the village, or at least those who cannot fend for themselves, has they been evacuated?
Yeah, I think all the weaklings are gone. Are you joining the fight?
Yes. Me and the druids have been called to arms. So we will join the fight. You seem eager, yet somewhat frustrated.
Oh yes, we can't wait to get into it, but we've been told to wait here. We're supposed to go with Magnus, but they're telling us that we need to just wait until we get called forward. Honestly, I think it's Svenja and all of them. They are hogging the battlefields.
Well, we could always use reinforcement at the wall. The stone wall. So
Well,
you're welcome to join.
we would like to. We are not really leaders of anything, but you should speak to Magnus or you see those two there on the dock, and they'll point to a dock where you can see a longship there and two likewise frustrated looking individuals. One more armored, and he looks like a human, sort of paladin like Viking fighter, and a rather strange looking creature standing next to him that he looks like a lizard folk, but he has got a much more human like face. He looks like he's probably maybe half lizard folk or something. But the two of them also seem to have some troops that are at the ready, and you can tell that he's lizard folk also because his troops. He seems to have a couple of lizard folk there amassed on the dock with them. So these twins, these brothers, will point them out, and as well as the guy that is busy arguing with his mother up at the longhouse, and they will each essentially have one unit that you could potentially take control of or bring with you. There are the lizard folk. There is the Airman's army, and there is Magnus's mages, who you can see. He looks like more of a caster.
Okay. I guess since they point me that way, I'll head over there.
Oh, good. Has someone finally called us for the fight? And they turn to look at you excitedly as well.
That depends. I have I am reinforcements from the tower. We are the druids that have been called to arms. I am heading shortly to the Great Wall. I was pointed here by the two brothers. We could use the reinforcements, the extra numbers. So if you're up for it, you can join us.
Well, some of us have got to stay behind. We will protect the docks, I think, but I suppose one of our units can join you. Have you worked with lizard folk before? They might be better suited to work with the druids. And you'll see the guy standing next to him just looking you up and down curiously.
I can't say I have, but any help is welcome.
Our armies are yours, friend. Just tell us where to go.
Well, that will be the Great Wall. We will join the fight there. Shortly, at least.
Okay, yeah, they will both. Either of them will be ready to follow you, but you'll have to pick one or the other.
So one is more melee focused, one is more caster focused, you said.
No, the caster was the other guy up the longhouse, but these two, I think they're both infantry. Yeah, you've got a band of lizard folk, and which are like light infantry, and then you have Airman's army, who are medium infantry.
And I have a. What is my band made of?
You've got druids, so you are also light infantry, but they've got some battle magic as well. Like they can command some vines and things.
All right.
And yeah, you've also we may need to divvy up the other units that are on the battlefield, but everyone else is sort of aware of that.
It might be smart to take medium infantry with me.
Sorry, which one?
The medium infantry, so that would be Ehrmund's army.
Okay. Cool. So I will assign them to you. Okay, cool. So at this point, we are going to speed things along a little bit, as Ehrmund will call his troops, and the druids will join you to move out towards the wall to go and start setting up. And as this is happening, the main battle will break out, and you'll hear the sounds of battle echoing towards you. And by the time you have gotten to the wall and everyone has gotten set up, there will have been a lot of a lot of chaos going on nearby. But let's put you at the actual stone wall, where, just for sanity's sake, we are going to take these one at a time. I know I introduced two sort of battlefields last time, but we're all going to play on one map at a time, if everyone's happy with that.
Yep.
Though Svenja and Gorm, because you guys are running past, you will get you can control a different character in this one. So Svenja, if you would like to control your this druid character.
Okay, Rosmira.
Yeah.
Sure, happy.
So you can be
First
joining.
better then, shouldn't I have? You told me to create her to die, and now she survived, and now I have to live with those stats.
No, well, now she should die in this battle.
Okay.
Just I mean, this is still should not be too important, but yeah, she might do okay. Baby Tug, I don't know if you want to control him or if you would like to control one of the NPCs. Like, you could take an ogre or something if you want, but because I don't think Baby Tug is going to last very long. But hey, he doesn't seem to die easy.
Okay, I do have to share here that I watched Guardians of the Galaxy version 3 over the weekend.
Don't spoil it.
3. Yeah. So we're good to go. So I've got Rosmira and none of the other units right now. Oh no, hang on. There we go. I'm with you on the map.
Oh, what the fuck? Bullywugs.
Correct.
Bullywugs.
Yeah, our friends from when we saved the Grung from their bullying, those ones.
Slimy bastards.
Hmm. Wonder if they've got another guy with that sort of ice exploding stick thingy that the first group had.
I thought we killed their king already.
You killed their prince.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I mean, also the crown on his head is literally part of his head. It's not like they are passing crowns around. It's like a growth that makes him look like royalty. It's just Good old bullywogs. But yeah, here we are going to have to assign these units here because I'm not sure if we did that already, but there are only currently 3 units other than the ones that Reva's bringing. So who is have you guys got control over these 3 units? Because I think the ballista may need to go to someone.
I
I've
have control of
got
none of
nothing.
them.
Same.
Okay, so who wants to take the dwarves led by Nus?
Yeah, not everybody at once. I will grab the dwarves.
Cool. And then who's taking the ballista and its crew?
May I?
Please do.
I get the
Fuck yeah.
ogres.
Okay, cool. So yeah. Also, because of the way, because everyone else was in the previous battle, your units are moving towards this battlefield, all your other ones, but it is going to take a while, so they are only going to arrive on round 3.
Okay.
So for now, this is pretty much what you're working with. I will still put yours down, Riva.
Holy shit. These guys are weak. The Dwarven Hunt. Oh, the archers. Okay, that helps.
And also you've got the wall, which gives you a +2 bonus to morale and toughness, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're standing on the wall. But those walls are to be destroyed. They can be destroyed. That's the enemy's goal here is to break through those walls. That is what you need to defend. If they're able to destroy the 2 walls, so there's 2 there's 2 sides of it that can be destroyed, then they will have broken through and the battle will be lost. So you will have to then retreat. But yeah, you guys have proved pretty tough in the whole warfare department, so we'll see. And then I think, Kamala, do you want to take Edelman's army then? Because Reba will have the druids.
Sure.
Okay, that's interesting. All of the enemy units are also shown as green. No enemies on the map for me. Yeah, maybe.
All right.
I have no enemies.
So there's only 2 groups as far as Camilla is concerned: friends and dead people.
People die when they are killed.
Yep.
Okay. And then the last thing before we actually jump into this, sorry, I know there's been a lot of preamble, but I think the way we've been running it before is that the units will act on your turn, but I think we should roll for them separately because the whole idea of this was so that you'd like get to do more in combat, but we're just ending up making really long turns and everyone then has to wait even longer. So I think if we roll initiative for your characters and the units separately, it should you should space out. You might be able to act multiple times in a round, you know.
Okay, works for me.
All right.
Is now a good time to roll initiative characters? Yeah, let's see. There's no active combat encounter, so it's not
Yeah,
that kind of
I'm setting that up.
All right, let's do initiative again.
Okay, yeah. So everyone, you can roll initiative here as it will have taken a little bit. So Reva and Rosmira, you can position yourselves wherever you want from the wall and behind it. You don't have to start all the way at the top of the map there. because you guys would have been here for a while as the rest of the battle had raged on, and you both would have seen the Valkyries flying through the air and the giant raising from the graveyard, and then a massive explosion as the river down from here was just blasted apart. However, moments later, sorry, that's probably echoing. Moments later, after seeing that explosion, creatures would start to emerge from the river to move in towards the wall, and you would see an army of these bullywugs as the ship crashes into the shore here, and raiders start streaming off of it. Your ballistas are at the ready, and Yormund and Carmilla, you have just snuck up from the other battlefield. You have not been seen by the enemy, but you are hidden behind this little hut for now. However, you can see them also making their way out of the sea.
Could I get my wolf?
Oh yeah. How did I forget Shepherd? That's sacrilegious of me.
How do we roll initiative for the units?
I will put them on now, and you should be able to just roll it in the encounter. Let me do that. Okay, so they'll just be straight D20s. It's not gonna. But if you go into the combat encounter, you should be able to see them there now with the little dice next.
Dwarven
just-
hunt is there we go.
I don't have control over the ballista.
No?
No.
The druids are literally right after me.
Yeah, I think we should. I mean, yeah, it's fine. You're still also getting used to the rules, so we can leave that like that, unless you can feel free to roll again if you want.
Yeah, my Dwarven hunt is off the side of my screen here, so I'm just going to roll 1d20. So 2 initiative for them. Holy crap.
Are you sure you don't have control there? I've assigned it.
No, I can't open it or anything.
I can move them around.
I can-
And
I can
I
see
can-
the other units, just not the ballista.
yeah, I think the top of the screen just has run out of space. They were on there and then you added other stuff, and now they are.
Yep, that's worked. Yeah, just being able to see the ballista's stats.
And so if I double click on the token on the map, I've got these stats and stuff, but I just
Yes.
can't see them on the carousel for initiative. But you can do that for.
So you're gonna have to open. If you look on combat encounters, is it not in the menu on the right? They've already rolled. They're up there with a 14.
Okay, perfect. That works.
Okay. I think everyone's on there. Have you rolled for your characters as well?
Yep.
And you happy with your starting points, your starting positions there?
Yeah, broadly speaking, yep. Okay, so
Yeah.
the combat map where the characters are, that's the top of the wall with the ogres, or behind the wall, right?
Yeah, so the top of the map is to Browdovik, and then the bottom is the river. Oh, and also you guys can place those two units. Yeah, I mean you can just place them wherever you want. Infantry does have to go in the. Oh no, you've got infantry in the front, so they can go pretty much anyway because they're both infantry. And yeah, I would also point out that with these rules, you want to be right up in the fight from the get-go, because otherwise, like the vanguard is that first rank, which is generally where your infantry go. The reserve is really just if you run out of space in the vanguard. But if you are on that wall, you get a. Let me double check. I think it's yeah, +2 to morale.
All right.
Yeah, so dwarven archers are going to be on top of the wall. Should we put the ogres in front of the wall?
No, that has already been predetermined. It's just for the two new units. Those are the units that are on the battlefield. There, your guys are,
Okay.
because Mikil had a bit of a plan here, so that was
Yeah.
predetermined. But if you guys want to, they haven't seen those ogres yet. Those ogres are hidden behind the wall.
Surprise, motherfuckers. Okay, happy.
Why is Gorm on the initiative?
I accidentally rolled for Gorm instead of the beginning.
I was like, okay, up first, the only person that's not here. Gorm, are you? Who are you going to control in the combat? Do you want to take the ogres?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to take a combat character if you don't want, but
I'll just stick with the battle then, for now.
okay, cool. All right, so then kicking things off as these creatures start to emerge from the sea. Yormund, you and Camilla have successfully snuck up here, and you might be able to get the jump on them. What would you like to do?
I first. How to do this? Okay. I'm going to ready. Oh. How much can I ready? Just an action.
Yeah, usually an action, and then it costs a reaction to trigger that. I mean, you can ready a bonus action as well, but it's still then it.
Oh. Okay,
I
then.
don't, not both. You can like one or the other.
Ah.
I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Technically, if you go by plain rules, you can't even ready a bonus action. You can only ready an action, and then it uses your reaction. But if you want to allow bonus action readies too, be my guess.
yeah, I'll allow that at least this time. I'll look into it after. But yeah, what are you trying to do?
Well, basically, all I was going to do was just ready until they reach the wall to just go giant surge and then just make attacks. But I guess what I can actually do is, while we're sort of huddled behind this cottage, we're just gonna. All right, this might not be a brilliant idea, but. And he just starts growing big with giant surge. And just hoping the cottage provides ample concealment so they don't realize.
Yeah, you figure there's enough size space for that. You're still only a large creature, so you can crouch and you're
Nice.
good.
So yep, and then I'll ready my action to basically just run out there and make my attacks. And the same goes for Shepherd too. Can I do that?
I mean, not really. You got
No.
ready the move and the action. This is you've done well in the initiative, so now you can get the jump on them. So if you want to delay that, I'll say yeah. I mean, for narrative purposes, I'll allow it here, but that's not really how. You can't really just delay your turn like that. But you
The
have
only time I
ready.
didn't want. I will.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll allow it for now. If they've managed to reach the wall in the which is the trigger that you've given, I'll say you can use your movement and your action.
Yep. Alright, thank you.
Cool. So is that your turn?
Yep.
Nothing for Shepard.
I don't think he can ready anything, and
I mean, he
Oh,
could
can he?
also as a reaction, but yeah, I'd say he can ready one of those, like, because he's got actual actions that let him move
Yeah.
with it. So yeah, he could.
So yeah, I'll do that then. I'll ready this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then moving on to Airman's army, who you seem to be putting in the river. Is that correct?
I'm not. I just placed them somewhere on the vanguard line.
Yeah, you place them in a river.
We could also.
So,
reach
are they
through-
swimming? I mean, it could be. Maybe they're doing a sneak attack. We remember how Guk operated, but
Oh, that sounds like a perfect plan. Just trying to like sneak, like move through the river, or like swim through the river and then attack. If you remember, like Vinland Saga, like the guy, what's called Thor or whatever it's called, the big guy who swam. Like just swim there and just get to like the sides and just attack from there.
Should have taken a lizard folk for that.
yeah. Maybe they've been talking strategy there on the docks. He's gotten some ideas. But yeah, very nice. So those units will kind of come and join where Camilla and Yormund are also attacking from as they make their little sneak attack. But you can move them there. I will say you can give me a morale check to see if they are very stealthy in doing so. But otherwise, yeah, you can move the token.
Nope, they are not very stealthy.
Yeah, so it totally does look like Vinland Saga, like you suggesting. You just see the eyes popping out and then just these like monsters walking out of the sea. But these guys are not intimidated at all, because that was literally how most of they just arrived as well. So none of them are really too afraid of seaborne Vikings. But you do manage to get in there, and you can make your attack. A 12 hits if you're going for the levies there.
Exactly, it's like, yeah, I'm not going for the sea spawn, not yet.
Oh, so yeah, they're actually kind of climbing up onto the ship that's sort of docked here and trying to take them by surprise. But yeah, you can roll your power.
I have the power.
Very nice. So how many casualties does that inflict?
Ugh. Seem to be only one.
Oh yeah, their feature is if they diminish a unit, they get another attack against them. But yeah, you have inflicted some casualties on the levies and just started slaughtering these guys that have arrived on their ship.
Yep. And that's it.
Then the bullywugs, as you see them now start to charge forward, hopping and croaking as they do. And yeah, so as they all rush towards the wall, you will see some of these guys are going to leap up onto the wall and start climbing it as they just, yeah, they seem like wild. But this will trigger your ready to action, Yorman.
Nice.
And yeah, you will definitely recognize that the guy on the ice toad, he looks very similar to the one that you guys fought before. He's definitely seemed like they're fighting for Elson for a bit of revenge. Oh, can you not move?
No. Now I can.
While you roll for that, I'm going to make an attack with their units as they are going to be climbing up towards the ballista. Okay, they are not able to get to the ballista yet. Their attack was an 8, which misses, and they are just climbing up the walls towards it, but not able to do much damage yet.
That poor bullywug.
Yeah, what happens to this poor boy?
Since it's Shepard making the first attack, it's just this bullywug is like charging along on his two hind legs, spear in hand, and all of a sudden as it like takes one hop, it just never comes down. It just splash of red paint, and Shepard is there, gnawing on him like a chew toy, spinning him back and forth, and throwing him into the brush.
Yeah, the bullywug chief that's running behind him just looks in horror as this wolf comes towards him, and as he's raising his spear, he just catches you out the corner of his eye.
Yarman just shows up like, "Hey, bub," and swings his longsword. Oh, come on. Second attack. Fuck. Oh, that hits. Brilliant. And a shield bash. No, I can't do that. I don't have a bonus action.
All right, this is the reaction.
Yeah.
Good shout. I maybe forgot there. But yeah, so as you rush in, you attack this chief, managing to hurt him slightly. But as you try and shield bash him, he jumps onto your shield and is just sort of stuck to it. As you see a massive tongue whip out towards you as he tries to go for a bite attack against you. and draw you into a fanged mouth, which looks very wrong on a frog.
Oh. Watch me roll a nat 20.
A 19 misses. Okay.
Got
And
that shield.
yeah, you deftly lift your shield and stop him from wrapping a tongue around your head. But then he does drop back down to the ground and take 2 more attacks against you.
No, bastard.
I don't know why it's giving him advantage. A 20 to hit that time.
Just.
That's
Oh.
12 points of bludgeoning on the first.
That really hurts.
And a 14 on the second one. So yeah, as you lift your shield to stop the bite, he drops back down to the ground and he manages to get you in the knee once, but then you block the second attack. And other than that, the one on the back of the toad is going to let out this croaked decree, and it is going to start shouting in some Bullywug language and commanding the that's actually what could have been giving an advantage, because he gives all of his troops advantage on their next attacks, but they can't get much further than that because there is this big wall and jumping doesn't work like in Baldur's Gate. So we are going to move on to Reva.
Okay. Reaver, is going to move up slightly closer to the wall, somewhere around here. And he is going to put his staff in front of him, put both hands on it, and pray, Thor, Odin's son, please help aid me in this battle. And he is going to cast Call Lightning at 3rd level, because higher than that I can't. So, and I'll place it. Whoops, does it already place? It says it's targeting people, but that's not how it's supposed to.
Oh, then when you roll the damage, it should show up.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
wait, place. Here. That's the entire range of the the thunderclap.
Okay, yeah, that's cool, because that you actually make an attack, so you can try and actually untarget, just target one thing and then untarget, because you pick your targets with this one.
Yes. So how do I do that?
So just like target yourself, and then you can just press T when you're hovering over, and just
So
like double tap that. It should untarget.
wait a second. I can't seem to untarget things. Uh-oh. It should only target one point with it, and everything.
Yeah, I
within
know.
it
It's just
that.
yeah, that is right. It's fine. If it makes them all roll, I'll just undo the damage.
I am placing it, the Thunderstrike right here, smack dab in the middle of the 3 toads right here, and then it probably hits the ice toad as well. Maybe it's Rider too. That's where I'm putting it, right here in the middle of them. So
yeah, so you could get the ice toad, the rider, and one of those guys.
no, it's every creature within 5 feet of that needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
5 feet. Oh, you're putting it behind him. Yeah.
I'm putting it right here in
Yeah,
the middle. So these 3 and the toad rider and the ice toad itself. So they need to make a dexterity saving throw of 16, or take 3d10 lightning damage, and otherwise half of that. That's a fail.
Yeah, in future, just roll the
Fail.
damage because it'll do it automatically. So,
There's 3d10 lightning.
yeah, see, now it's gonna.
Okay.
So you guys can roll there, but just give it a like plus 100 because it's not.
Oh.
Actually,
Yeah,
it's
but
fine,
then they
it
still
doesn't-
take half damage.
Yeah, I can reverse it. It's fine.
I-
Just so that the processes go through, because otherwise the other rolls aren't going to show.
Carmela.
Yes.
Roll for the dexterity save throw.
That whole chat card just disappeared from me. I don't know why. Okay, cool. Of course, it was still targeting everyone. So just give me a moment. I'm gonna have to undo all of that.
and a lot of blood.
Yeah, of course. Oh my god. I hate AoE spells and boundary. It's like I know
sorry,
it's not meant to be, but
First of all, sorry, and second of all, sorry for picking Druid, because Druid's all AoE spells.
no, it's not. I've got nothing against AoE spells. It's just on boundary. It like when you target a million tokens at once. I like to put a lot of things on the battlefield, and Jesus, it's going to explode this whole thing. Okay, so the ones you are actually targeting, I will apply.
Just this one, this one, this one, and the Ice Stone with the Briner.
Yeah, just bear with me. But if you want to move on to your druids and start looking at what they're going to do so long as well, you can. I'm just going to find the right.
Whoops. I mean, what are my druids going to do?
Oh, that's not letting me undo.
I mean, I guess they're going to battle magic wrath of nature. Are we considered in the forest? Probably not, right?
No, the top part of the map there where the trees are would be, but just that
Yeah,
little section.
so no. So I am going to target Wrath of Nature. I'm going to target there's is that the siege the one next to the siege equipment other than the druids. I don't know which one that is. The other one that's on the wall, they gain +5 to attack and +5 to power.
It's not +5. It's an attack +5 to hit and then +5 to power. It's not a
okay.
bonus. I had the same one in a different army and I made the mistake.
Well, I guess that then the Wrath
Just
of
a
Nature is
D20
going to-
+5.
Yeah, so I guess it's going into the bulwarks as well then.
Yeah, it should work if you roll from the card.
Yeah, let's see here.
Yeah, those with the battle magic, some of them might not, but you can just roll a d20 +5 if it doesn't.
D 20. Roll 1d20 plus 5.
Okay, it's not letting me change the hit points back, so I think Foundry might just be lagging.
It is lagging quite a bit.
Yeah, it's because of all of those creatures. I've tried to undo it, so it may suddenly give them all their hit points back.
Well, not only that, also it's raining on the map itself, and then there's a giant thunder cloud that is animated as well. Plus, the wolf is moving. There's a shit ton of things on here. Yeah, it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah, no, I hope your machine can run Foundry because we don't joke around with animations and that kind of stuff.
It's lagged quite a lot,
but the lag here, that's from the rolls. It's from trying to splatter blood everywhere and make everyone dead and stuff. So,
oh no! Sorry, I just noticed the map is not as small as I thought it was. There's more beneath the coastline that I did not see.
Oh shit!
Surprise!
I thought it was just this.
Yeah, to be fair, the guys on the other side of the wall can't see that. but you definitely are the first to see it there, Yormund, as you notice them moving up onto a different island.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, I'm not really sure what to do
Nope.
about that.
Okay, but the
Something
druid?
just popped up, so maybe it's working? No.
Yeah, except that the token that it is popping up for is not
Oh.
like it's not actually affecting the health. It says that it is, but it's not changing their hit points. But anyway, yeah, sorry. So what did you roll for the? We'll give it a moment to catch up. What did you roll for the druid?
For Nature's Wrath, target 1 unit or 2 if in a forest. Or not
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
forest.
I just mean what was the roll?
11 for
Okay.
6 plus 5.
And 11 just misses.
Well, damn.
That's all right. Yeah, the nature is definitely being wrathful. I'm not sure. Hopefully, it still lets us apply damage. But for now, we will go to the Tidesworn as you see. Oh man, it really killed everything.
Whoops.
Oh man, why?
I am starting to get 1 or 2 pings saying dead removed from Bullywog, etc. So it's maybe just happening.
Yeah, but it's not actually removing it. Is the problem? It's putting it in the chat, but it's not doing it to the map. And you've still got everyone targeted.
Yep,
Please can you try and figure out, has it managed to untarget on your screen? Because maybe I just need to refresh.
Oh wait, no, I can at least. Wait a second. Haha, I untargeted everything for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get you to do before. But yeah,
And what now if I do this? Oh yay! I can only target one at a time.
yeah,
If you hold
shift
Shift
click,
T.
you can.
If I hold Shift, you say I can target more.
Shift T and then just click on each.
Yeah. Okay. So now these the actual correct ones are targeted. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, it's very broken. I'm sorry. There's not much I can.
No,
I'm gonna
I
try
am
again to
sorry.
refresh. 'Cause it might be.
To be fair, it's happened before anyway.
I would almost
Yeah,
say
this I'm used to
recently
it
are
happening in the
very
other game where you guys have got nukes, but in this one, you're not meant to have nukes yet.
I mean,
Well-
all it takes is a lot of minions and one AoE.
Yeah, like Cold Lightning. Oh wait, technically if it was already raining, would that be considered stormy conditions?
Yeah, definitely.
But then they also take an extra D10 of lightning
Yeah,
damage.
look, most of those guys are just dead outright. Those first the ones that you hit, the chief and the toad are still standing, but the other smaller bullywugs they are definitely wiped out.
Then they take an extra 9 points of thunder lightning damage, not thunder damage, lightning.
Okay. So we have got grilled toad legs for dinner.
Very much so. I'm afraid.
That's a French campaign now.
Who's Henry III then?
Brings a whole sinister twist to the chef feat, doesn't it?
No.
Oh.
Gorm's running along and like, smell something cooking. Okay, yeah, I still can't seem to give them their hit points back, but we'll just I'll just do it old school. So hopefully the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, what's curious is, oh, there we go. Now I have everybody back on screen. Cool. I reloaded and they're back. So what does your Tide Sworn sea thingy guys do?
They are going to attack Airman's army as they try and push you back into the river. And they are going to yeah, they're just making an attack. An 18 to hit them. But a 7 on the power check. So they are not. They do kind of clash with them, and oh, but because they're in the water, they have advantage on power checks. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's a 19 to hit. So they are going to take 2 casualties. Yeah. Okay, I can still remove hit points at least. So I need, yeah, as you will see Airman's army trying to sneak in through the water, but these like merfolk, these, what are they actually? I've forgotten what they're called already. Tritons. Yeah. And these Southern warriors, they are going and just pulling them off of the ship into the water as they are brought down to half hit points. So they are diminished. If they can be diminished, I'm not sure. I think they can. So you can please give me a morale check to see if they take another one. Okay, you're good. So they're just down to the 2, but yeah, these, it seems the waters are much more in favor of these Tidesworn as we go to the dwarves on top of the wall watching this happen.
Okay, right. So the dwarves are going to see this Tidesworn And they are going to try and fire at both the Skakutor levies in front of them and the Tide Sworn behind them by firstly doing a DC morale check. Where did that little
Yeah,
screen
and
thing go?
remember, you've got a +2 to that from the wall.
Yep. And my window with the details has disappeared into none. Come on, little machine. I can no longer open their battle card. Something weird happened. Now refresh the app.
Okay. Yeah, it is a DC 13 if you just want to.
Dwarven Hunt.
And they have got a +4 usually, so it would be a +6.
There we go.
Oh hell yes! They've completely lined up on this wall, ready to take those volleys.
I'm just wondering why this stupid thing is not allowing me to open the card again.
Not sure if you're just double clicking on the unit.
There we go. Finally got them. All right. Okay. So it's a separate attack rolls again. The two units are the same for both.
No, separate ones. You get 2.
Okay. So let's do the sea spawn first. For a 15 to hit and a 9 power.
Not enough on the power, but a 15 does hit. And I just realized I forgot to take their turn in combat, so must be aware of that. But yeah, you do hit, but you are not able to inflict any major casualties.
Okay, so hang on a second. Did they go for the levies first and sea spawn next? I've now forgotten which one I said first.
You said sea spawn first, but
Okay, so the levies 17 to hit and 21 to hit and a 21 power.
yeah, those definitely hit.
And there is no additional damage from what I can see, so it's just 1 point of damage.
Okay, nice.
And that's their turn.
Okay, and then we'll say that the extra damage that has been applied to these other grung will be applied in the combat by Nurse and these dwarves that are just throwing hand axes down off of the wall and just trying to ping these creatures off the wall. And because I forgot to take their turn, you are going to see like those creatures that you saw there, Yormund. You will see the one that is rising out of the water is going to start chanting, and he is going to summon more creatures out of the water itself, seemingly creating these serpent-like heads out of the water. And he is going to summon 4 water weirds.
I wish I could just get the ballista to directly target that one.
You can. The ballista is on the combat as well, so you can
Oh, really?
get it on target, but yeah, you'll have to do that on its turn. But yeah, he summons these 4. Hopefully you can see them, and then those troops are going to move in. Oh, it's not letting me move them. Might just be the lag, though. But that will be taking us to the levies. Oh, come on, man. Foundry. I've just got it, like the ruler is just stuck on my screen trying to move them. Okay, well, hopefully they don't zoom for. But the levies in the initiative. Oh no, this isn't the levies. These are the archers, which are still a little bit further back. They are going to start peppering the walls with arrows, and they're going to try and hit that those dwarves that were just hitting their army. They're also going to attempt a volley. And with an 8, they do not. So just one attack against the dwarf. Oh, and that is a 9. So no luck. They're a bit far out, and arrows are just pinging into the wall as they sail towards you. And we go to Carmilla. Hopefully you are able to move.
We will see. See? Yes, perfect. More than enough movement. If I can move.
Is it not letting you as well?
No.
Maybe
Come
clear
here,
blood.
Andre. Oh man, it's never broken this badly before.
The first time.
That
Yeah,
should make
it's been
it a bit easier because I cleared blood. I know that's a bit of a merge, or at least for myself. Okay, I don't know if it's done that for everybody. But
yeah, that is for everyone. I didn't know you could do that as players, but
No, it's only for the individual client, apparently, because I still had blood. I just
for
tried
me,
to press it.
it's running quite a bit smoother. Not still laggy, but smoother than it did before.
Well,
With all the blood gone.
let's see
I
if
think
we at
I'm going to
least...
try and get rid of the cloud effect. We can put it down if we need to, but I think that might help.
Okay, just a question. Is that frog protected by anything?
No? What do you mean?
Oh, I just thought like there was something outside of it. So I thought maybe that was a protection or something.
Oh no, that is its cold aura. You guys have run into that problem before where getting close to it can hurt.
Oh well. Doesn't matter. It must die. Yeah, it would if I could move. Oh well. Oh, this.
I also cannot remove the thundercloud because I cannot seem to find the.
Yeah, the thundercloud is not there. I know where it should be, and it doesn't register as playing. So Foundry is really this is real bad. Maybe we should all switch it off and
I
maybe
can't. That's a problem.
no. I mean, maybe we should all drop out, and I should just restart the server because I feel like it's like we can't move or anything.
Maybe.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay, everyone, close your Foundry, and then sorry about this, but we can maybe take a 5-minute break. It is 10 o'clock anyway. So sorry, you guys haven't gotten to your turn yet, but let me try and fix the.
Yeah, Druid's first turn, and then suddenly everything breaks.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Common spellcaster problem.
Especially with this large of an AoE.
Yeah, look, last Saturday, it was Gorm hit everything within like 500 feet. All had to make saving throws at once. I was like, this is what I expected to happen. But I didn't think a call lightning would do it.
Whoops. I have an even bigger radius spell that doesn't technically damage, but does make everything more super difficult to run. Basically, everybody can move 1 square, and if they dash 2, if they have 30 feet of movement.
Wait a second. Did you say difficult terrain?
No, super difficult terrain. It doesn't actually regard it as difficult terrain. So any effect that would allow you to move through difficult terrain doesn't work. Plant growth.
That
100
one.
foot radius. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Oh, that's just the center one, which can be with the feet can be disabled.
No. Literally, when I turn next level, it is disabled for me, but it doesn't. It cannot be disabled for anyone else. I don't think.
There are definitely ways to move through it, but
Yeah, if you
the problem is not so much with the AoE thing, it's the targeting of, like, it was doing damage to all of those things that broke it. Usually with those kinds of effects like the cloud and stuff, it usually works fine.
Fireball. And that fireball. I went through it. I don't even think wildfire gets fireball.
That's a really
Yeah,
weird
although-
wording.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
This is weird. Why does it get plant growth and not fireball? That makes no sense. But sure.
I mean, we saw a bit of a druidic fireball last week.
Flaming
Um,
sphere, but that's
No, I meant
Oh,
the other druid blowing up.
Perfect, just as I wanted to.
Yeah, it was exactly as you described.
Man,
From
like
the
what
clip.
I imagined would be like if you think control flame, like just taking the, what's called the thingy of the alchemist jug and just being like, what is called, like, you know what? I just set myself ablaze, and then boom.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if she technically died, but they closed the door, and your character was holding on to one of the bandits, and then there was a big fiery explosion, and when they came back out, there was just a smoldering little patch on the floor. So who knows? They may have ported to the plane of fire or something, or they may have just been completely disintegrated. But either way, the bandit died too. Okay.
I think everything in the entire radius of the thing nearly died or did die.
Okay, it worked. I can give them the hit points back.
Yeah, but I can still not disable the thunderous.
That's fine. That doesn't matter. That is not the problem.
Whoops.
It's just be happy you don't use inspire courage. I hear that thing causes Foundry to lag, and that's on a on a special rig. So yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, the effect is still not showing up. Actually, I think I know what it's connected to. It's fine. Cool. So, yeah, we'll give it a chance. I don't know if anyone stepped away, but we'll give it a minute for everyone to log back in, and then we should be good to go. It seems to be working fine now.
I'm back.
I've been around.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing everyone on the server again yet. That's all.
I'm loading in.
And then, yeah, Kamala, once you're in, you can move your character and make those roles that you were describing.
Yeah, then we just need to have the game not be paused.
Yeah, not bad.
And let's see what happens as I move up.
So they're not fully uninjured. Oh no, those ones are still good.
Good, so we have a frost aura. Oh well, doesn't matter. It just have to die.
Yeah, there's technically only if you start your turn there, so that you're able to dip in and out of it.
Exactly.
Are you going for the rider or the toad itself?
I'm going for the frog.
Okay, they're both frogs, but well, I suppose no. The one on the back's a frog, but the other one's a toad.
Fine.
So yeah, just to be clear, that's the rider that you're attacking.
If he's the toad, yes. He's the
No,
toad with the
toad is big
crown.
icy thing. Okay, just tell me the rider or the thing he's riding. There's a big ice toad and there's a bullywug sitting on his back.
The bullywug on his back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that hits.
Ooh.
And it does damage, but that's it. And I'm smart enough to move away, because I do not want to be near that creature.
Yeah, you nearly kill him with that one, as he got hit by the lightning as well.
And end my turn.
And that is going to take us on to them.
Wait a second. Actually, let me just, because I remembered something. That I don't know why, but then again, Gog also had issues remembering his 2 attacks.
I was wondering, I was like, don't you have extra attack now? But cool. Okay.
Well, doesn't change anything. Let's just move it to where we were. So yeah.
Yeah, good try though. That could have finished him, but he is able to block there with his shield as you manage to get away from the toad. And it now, it doesn't take us to the bullywugs. It takes us to the fish folk that you can see this Kuatoa that has climbed out on the other side, and he starts waving a staff in the air, and he's going to. He seems like he's chanting as well, like he might be about to cast a spell. What happened to the? I thought I had this planned out. Okay, so he is going to cast Control Water, and you're going to see that the water that these water weirds are moving through is all going to rush forward and is like going to rush all the way towards the wall as he. Yeah, you guys are all like at least ankle deep in water here. It isn't enough force to like knock you over or anything, but it is rushing towards you. And let me just double check if I can. No, not quite. So yeah, it just seems to be giving them the sea creatures a bit more space to move in the water, and they are going to do that as I'll make an attack. And he is going to do. Oh, this is where it was. So yeah, with that attack, he does raise the water at the last point, and there's going to be a smash against the walls with those waves as he makes an attack against the wall itself. Okay, a 16 to hit. Oh, auto hit? Oh yeah, it automatically hits. It's the power test that matters. Oh, and with a nat 20, he actually does manage to do some damage here. So the wall takes 2 casualties. And you see him do some damage to this old ruined wall as the waves are rushing in. You see some of the bottom of it starting to crumble away. And those of you standing on top of the wall, you can feel it getting a little bit unsteady, but it is still holding strong. And we go then, let's see, are there any fish folk in range at the bottom there? Yes, this one is going to make an attack against you, Yorman.
This is not looking good.
No, it's not letting me talk. Ooh, 21 to hit for 7 points of piercing damage.
Man.
That's their turn. And then it is going to be the raiders that are coming in these levies, and they are right on you as well, there, Yormund, as they start surrounding you.
This is not good.
$22.
Fuck.
That is going to be, I think, 12 points.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because there are only 4 that can actually get you there. So that is 12 points of slashing damage as they, in your giant form, they just start like ducking around you and swinging axes at you. You do realize that these guys are not their trained best fighters like the guys you were fighting before. These are definitely levies, and they've just made a very big mistake. But on the warfare side, they are moving in and they are going to make an attack also against the wall as they are trying to take down the defenses. So the attack automatically hits, but the power... Oh, I don't think they can actually... yeah, they can't actually break the wall. I don't know why I was even trying that. You see them throw a couple of stones at the wall and it does nothing. Not too smart. However, those of you on the other side of the wall, you are going to see something now maybe a little bit unexpected, as you see a number of birds flying over through the storm, and most of them look like predatory birds. You see like falcons and kestrels and eagles all flying together almost in formation, which it's like, you've seen geese do that, not birds of prey. And then you notice that they are holding something in their talons, and they are going to use bombs away as they fly over the wall and over the ogres, and they are going to release a bunch of explosives that seem to have some fuses going off. So they are first going to do this on the warfare map, as it is... Can I actually make the attack? No, not quite. So this is an aerial unit, but it is going to be +4 to hit. Oh, they're going for the ballista, by the way.
I thought you
Oh
said
no,
they
they're
were
for the
going
ogres,
for
not the ballista. So does a 13 hit the ogre?
A 13 does hit the ogres.
Okay, and the power check. These explosions go off and is not great. This is a +7.
Yeah, that's not great.
roll 6 or lower.
Nope.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
nearly was to do.
So I will need. They are going to take enemy units that get hit by the attack take an extra 2 casualties. So they are actually going to take 3 casualties here, and I'll need them to make a morale save. As Reaver and those 2 ogres, I will need. Oh, and Rosmira, I will need you guys to all please make dex saves.
37 throws. Let's see here. Dexterity saving throw. It's not great. That's gonna hurt.
Is it morale save for the ogres?
Yeah, morale save because it's battle magic, and I think because they might be diminished.
Yeah, they are diminished. They're on 1 HP, but I succeeded with a 16.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so they are not feared or running, but you will see these bombs going off. Rasmira, you're okay. Reva, you are not so much. As the the ogre next to you did very well. He picks you up and uses you as a shield, and you take the full brunt of that damage as the other ogre just gets blasted. And I will roll damage for that now. Let me just
And he also needs to make a concentration check then. In a second.
yes.
Depends on the damage.
That is going to be 26 points of fire damage.
Ow.
And
And then constitution
half on
saving
a
throw.
success. Sorry.
Saving throw. I need to beat a. Well, oh wait, I can.
So Rosmira takes 13. Is that saying?
13, yeah, I have
Oh
applied.
wait, I have.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I'm fine, but I have Warcaster, so I would have made that advantage. But I'm fine.
Cool, okay. Yeah, so the storm is still up, but you will see these birds fly through it. And they're going to fly around you.
Fuck, I knew I should have attacked those battle mages with it. But I see
This is not the battle mages. This is
the Falcon Harriers.
yeah. So you will see you'll see those 4 falcons now swooping in and coming around, but that is their turn. As we now go to the ogres, and these bombs have just gone off behind the wall. A few of the ogres are lying dead and in bits and pieces, but the 2 here are looking a bit injured, but they're still standing. And you can smell the smell of burning ogre fat that is just filling the air and really does not smell good. But what are the ogres going to do?
I'm not. I can.
Oh,
Attack.
you're not controlling the ones in the combat, but
No.
the warfare
Yeah,
one.
the entire map is like I cannot see the battle map. It's like darkened. I can see like parts from people's vision.
I don't know what you mean. You can see
I-
parts from people's vision.
Yeah, I see like someone's line of sight, but I don't see the actual map.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's what you probably have the same line of sight as Reva from. No, well, you're just using the warfare. So
Yeah, so I don't see anything on the warfare except the ogres.
oh, I see. That's very weird.
Yeah. The ogres just said.
I'll try put Gorm's token down so maybe you can. Did that work?
Okay, yeah, I can see.
Okay, cool.
The ogres. I don't think they can attack through the wall. Like they have, I can hurl stones, but
Yeah, those can go over the wall for sure.
can I target the falconeriers?
Yeah, I mean they are in the air, so you'll have to target an aerial unit. But I'll put them there so they are you aware of where they're flying.
Yeah, it will be disadvantage then because it's an area unit. So I will attempt the attack. Okay, let's do it manually. Double crit. Can make this shit up. Because I hit, they take 2 casualties immediately without rolling in and power check. If it's a rock hurler, I sent it. If I succeed on attack check, it inflicts 2 casualties and even more against fortification, so they take 2 damage immediately. And now the power, and they are not less injured, so that's a normal one. Ooh, a 13.
That is enough.
Then they will take
Damn.
2 more casualties because I'm brutal.
Two more.
I'm brutal. So
Holy crap.
2 more on top of that.
Okay, they are diminished and they've succeed on their morale save.
Why
But
does attack give me advantage on power? Or will we roll it?
No.
Sorry, I crit. Does a crit give me advantage on the power? Crit on the attack check.
Yeah, I
I
guess
think
it would,
so.
but I mean, if you want to try and crit fish, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. There. You see? An 8. No, well,
Yeah.
that is great.
It still would have been a hit, but
Well, 2 more damage.
At this-
Yeah.
yeah. So what does it look like as they they just start pelting these birds out of the air?
Oh, birds might be small, but the rocks are big enough. I just keep hitting a bunch of them, swatting them around. And 4 damage in one attack. 4 casualties, sorry.
So yeah, as on the combat side of things, we're going to represent that by these two ogres just grabbing debris and things from the ground and hurling them, smacking these birds out of the sky and into the trees. As you see, they are all immediately taken out. They are not technically dead, however, as they all get smashed into the trees, and you will see the birds' forms shift, and you hear the screams of a few druids who've just had their wild shapes decimated.
Yeah. So Falconeriers took 4 casualties, and that's the ogres. They will say that. Okay, game is paused for me for some reason. Take 1 step backwards, so and that's their turn.
Okay, so yeah, after this attack, you will those of you behind the wall will notice those druids there now. They are all defenses. However, on top of the wall, the ballista and its crew have got a target-rich environment and eager to use this thing. So, what would they like to do?
Well, unfortunately, I can't see anything on the warfare map like Gorm, just because all the tokens I can see with are down here. Oops, that's shit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of vision on this map. Might actually make things run a bit smoother as well.
Ah,
Did that help?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
um, hmm. Would the longship count as fortifications?
Yes, it does.
Okay. It will target the longship then. Oh dear.
Yeah, 22 hit.
Oh, it didn't even roll for me.
Yeah, 7 power will not be enough there.
Oh fuck. Well, that's literally all it can do.
Though the ballista on the combat map is also able to do something. So yeah, it's a bit
Oh.
complicated to give you permissions. So I will just tell you what you can roll for it, but you can choose a target as those guys up there are. Yeah, they've also got plenty of things to shoot at.
Big fish guy coming out the water.
Which big fish guy?
The one on ping.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So then the ballista, it has got a +6 to attack, and does 3d10 piercing damage on a hit. So you can roll that. Oh, that's going to be a hit. So 3d10 piercing. Very nice. Okay.
Now I'm gonna restart my client because it's not showing any walls.
It's not showing any what?
Not showing any walls for me.
Okay. I thought you said walls. I was like, yeah, I just turned off the vision. But yeah, okay. You can give it a restart as that ballista just starts launching arrows into the water and through one of those creatures, but not doing too much major damage yet. This is the first time they're firing it, to be fair, so they may need some practice. However, Razmira, that takes us to you.
Okay, so let's see if I get this right in Foundry. She's going to shimmer into her starry form, Archer, and shoot a little fire at, one of her sort of starry bolts at the Sauhagen Baron. I guess she should roll to hit first. Why does it not?
She is behind the wall still, or is she up on the battle?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess she's behind the wall. If you want to be
Yeah,
like
then
that.
you can't see the other side of the wall. I've just disabled the vision because no one could see the warfare map. But you can see the druids that have just been knocked out of the sky above you. But the wall in front of you, you would have to climb up onto in order to see the rest of the battlefield. Yeah,
Okay, so what would climbing onto the wall mean?
just your movement. You can see there where it's sort of crumbled. It's pretty easy to climb up there, unless you want to try and be more fancy about it and get up the wall another way.
You know what? She'll just target that closest druid. Now it's saying he's blocked by a wall.
Of course.
Targeting the closest druid. Okay, let me move her a little bit.
Yeah, that means there's a tree in the way. So
Okay, line of sight. Target the druid. This target is blocked by a wall. Okay, let's pick that target. For fuck's sakes.
it's because that tree stump is also counted.
Why is it saying disadvantage on the roll?
Because you're outside of your short range, maybe?
Okay, there we go. And it misses him. And what she will, fuck, I should have done this the other way around. She is going to cast a Fairy Fire spell. And is it going to give me a template here or not? Type error field dataset is undefined. What the hell does that mean? Let me see if I cast it from the scene.
But that's fine. Otherwise, we can just. What are you trying to get all the druids?
I am trying to get all the druid. It's 25. So last try, and then we're going to do this manually. It's not giving a good place measure template. Hang on. There we go. And they have fantastic fucking saving throws. They all make it.
Yeah, they do. Some of them are sort of in the trees, but you do see those trees now just glowing with fairy fire, and I think they have to make it again if they are on their turn, don't they?
I will check, but I think it's a fire and forget.
Oh no, but they are outlined either way, whether they save or not. So they can't. Maybe
If they,
no.
if they
So
fail a
you don't
dex
have advantage.
so if they fail a dex saving throw, they're outlined. Attacks against them, save the dex. Nothing happens to them.
Okay, so you do create a glowing beacon in that tree. So any other archers or anything now do see where the druids are, but they don't seem to be affected by it. They seem to know their way around fairy fire.
Okay. Oh, shame. She's a baby druid, so she's happy with the light effects, and that's her turn.
Yeah, definitely adds to the cinematicness of this. The rest of the levies who are on the other side of the wall and not in the combat, they are going to try and make an attack against the druids as they try and fight back. So these are against your druids there, Reeve.
Yes.
That is a 4 to hit your defense, probably not enough. Or 6.
No.
So they don't have much left. And yeah, they just levy, so that's all they get. And they are not on the combat, so we go to the top of the round with someone, Yormund, as you are getting swarmed at the moment. But these guys are just peasants with axes that are pretending to be raiders. They do not have the training to take you down.
Man, I would really love a area of effect weapon right about now.
No more AoE.
You have one, but he's later in initiative.
There we go. Second wind, still not great. Oh, come on, Shepard. You need to get more angry.
I will point out these guys are minions, so you might be able to feed through multiple if you hit them hard enough.
So I was thinking. I'd fuck it.
It's not on the roof. It's next. Okay, 12 points is enough to go through 2. Just enough.
Nice. Then I'll do the one adjacent to him as well.
Cool. Oh, I've lost my thing.
Jesus, one day I also want to roll 11 and 20 combined. Should play fighters, shouldn't I?
Yeah, try it. The martial lifestyle.
Says the one who created has redirected a river with the crater from her attack.
Yes. Oops.
We
That
all
was an
have our
accident.
moments. Yeah, I get that your druid feels that now, though. Svenja maybe not so much, but
Yeah, no, look, I do like the druid. She's level 3, you know, so fuck, what do you expect?
yeah, Yormund, that's one attack that cleaves through 2 of them.
I'll intersperse it with Shepherd actually coming in and wait, I'm gonna target Bullywug Chief. Okay. And he should have disadvantage on this roll.
He didn't. That wasn't with disadvantage, so
Yeah,
give him that again.
and also hit half the damage instead of. Ha!
That was a fail.
So he's just prone. The Ormond is kind of. Actually, Ormond will sidestep to prevent more of them coming into his side. He'll just take the opportunity to attack or whatever. Actually, no, he will first make the attack onto Bullywug, his last attack, and then step away. Got the order. Next. Oh, for fuck's.
Just misses.
Unfortunate.
Doesn't even matter. Just step away.
You have shield bash.
Oh, you're right. I'll step back and I'll. I couldn't have rolled that with the fucking sword.
No.
AC slowly starts getting up to his feet as you've missed those, and just as he thinks he's about to, you come then just smack him with the shield back onto his back.
And that's almost 30 feet of movement, walking 5 feet. As he like turns around for the final time, is just fucking stay down.
He croaks something at you, but it's like pops up some of those fangs.
This one's got bigger. Points of Shepherd.
Yeah. His eyes widen. Is that all for your turn, or is Shepherd still getting in there?
No, I think Shepherd took all he can do. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so then that takes us to Edelman's army.
Who attempts the same thing. Attack those creatures.
Yes.
Yeah, against the levies, that'll hit.
Was he going the creatures or the river?
The levies, whatever those things are.
Well, the levies are just like peasants that have been given weapons. So are you attacking the people or the sea spawn? Yeah. So the ones at the top next to you. So that definitely hits, and that is a good power check. Oh, and because you have now diminished them, and because these are levies, they are technically always diminished. That's what it was. I thought. Never mind. Sorry, I thought it was a different thing. So I need to be rolling more for the levy, but they are going to see. Oh, okay. So they are going to fail, and they take an extra casualty then.
Yay.
All right. Yeah. As you start fighting your way back onto the shore, there, fighting off the tide spawn, you start dealing with those peasants, and we go to the bullywugs. Is that unless there was anything else down here?
No.
Okay. So then the bullywugs are going to move in, and those that were climbing the wall are going to now get to the top of the wall as they are leaping and doing their frog thing. And they start fighting with these dwarves. Yeah, I'm going to try to roll these quickly. Okay, yeah, so the dwarves seem to be holding their own a bit. But the rest of the smaller bullywugs are pretty much all dead. And this one is going to turn to take the fight to you guys, the one on the toe.
Oh fuck.
But he's going first after Carmilla, who just ran up on him. Yeah, and he's going to throw his royal spear at you. With advantage from his croaked decree last time.
Oh shit.
15 hits. Is that right?
That's not right.
That's not right.
Yeah, that sounds low. Is that...
I don't know why. It should be 16.
Oh, it's because...
Ah, I see. It's because it didn't count that in.
It is counting your armor and your dex and the from Deal Wielder. Is the... I mean, it looks like that might actually be right. Yeah, I think... Can you just confirm? I'm not...
Yeah, I'm just confused, like, because on D&D Beyond it says 16. Here it says 15. And I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why the armor bonus gets a +1.
Do you have dual wielder feet?
Yeah, the dual wielder is already included. It's just the armor here would be... I'm not sure what Rich says, the +1.
You are using a specific... what is the armor you're wearing on D&D Beyond?
It's the 9 one.
Is it? And does that also only give you 12 AC?
It says 12 plus +1 armor bonus.
Okay, yeah, that's why it's not taking into account the +1. Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, that's even more weird.
Now it's oh no, just make it 15 flat and then it'll add
Yeah. I was just fixing it that way because I'm like, again, weird coding, most likely.
Yeah, okay, so that's cool. Sorry. Then the frog is going to leap over to you. So yeah, that was a so then makes a bite attack. So he also likewise whips at you with his tongue. 19, that does hit. 17 piercing damage as he pulls you in close to the toad and starts biting into you. And then the toad itself is going to also try and bite you. $16 to hit. For 3 piercing and cold damage combined. I think it applies resistances if you have them, but what? I rolled 3 ones. Well, 2 ones plus 1. And that is the bullywugs, I think. Oh, and the chief. Forgot about the chief. He's going to stand back up. And he's going to chase after Yormund and Shepherd after he's just been warned about Shepherd's teeth. So he's going to make a bite attack and a maul attack against Yormund.
Hmm.
17 to hit, misses.
Ha. No.
Yeah,
24 to hit for 7 bludgeoning damage with the maul, and then he goes for Shepherd 1.
Don't. No.
Oof. Okay, 10 points to Shepherd there, for 21 to hit. As yeah, he seems pretty pissed off. But that is all the bullywugs. Am I missing any? And then on the action for the dwarves, did I roll for that already? No. Okay, 9. Nat 1 on the power check. So they're getting up there. They are attacking the dwarves up there, but they're not able to kill any of the dwarves yet. They seem too hardy. But that finally brings us on to your turn.
all right. So as a bonus action, Rafer is going to face step up to the wall. So he is going to teleport right up here. Oh, you can't collide with the wall yet. I am
You can just
teleporting.
ping it. I'll put you where you want to go.
Just so
I will say you've
I've,
got plenty of movement to just walk up there if you want. But
I walk up there. It's a wall that I need to scale, right? Or
well, this there where the rubble is, it's easy to climb there without a check.
oh
But
right.
anywhere else
So,
on the wall, you would need to get creative. So I'll say if you want to keep that ability, you don't have to use it because it's 20 feet of movement to get up there as no.
I'll keep it in mind. So the next time I use it, I don't use a charge of it.
I mean, if you want to teleport and like appear above the grung or above the bullywug or something, maybe I'll give you advantage, but you don't need it to get up there.
Well, mostly what I'm doing is I am making vision for myself so I can see the entire battlefield that is under storm. So I just need to get up there for high ground is basically what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
And now you see all the targets.
Yes, I need to find the damage button because I am going to thunder right there or lightning right there, which means everything I have targeted should get hit, but I need to find the damage button again. It's finally up. Nope, still not up. There it is.
I can just roll for them separately if it's a.
Well, no, I found it. So damage. This should be the full damage with the stormy weather. So if they fail dex saving throw, they take 26 lightning damage. All of everyone around here that is within 5 feet of that square. Which
Okay, so it doesn't.
everybody is targeted.
Yeah, that's. I will roll.
Dexterity saving throw DC 16.
I mean, if they succeed, they take 13 points.
Yeah, they did.
Still
13.
standing.
So 2 fail, the rest succeeds.
Okay, so the 14 is success.
14 fails as well. So 3 fail, 3 save, 2 save. 16, yeah, so yeah. They take 26 and the one that saved the 2 that saved take 13 points of lightning damage.
Yeah, okay, so with minions, if they save, they take no damage, because if they take any damage, they are killed. But otherwise, an AoE, you could kill a million dragons with one fireball. That doesn't make sense. But so the ones that saved are able to just manage to sort of get out of the way of this blast, but it does arc through the other 3, and they are all just completely destroyed. The Samhain who is not a minion does take the half damage.
Alright, so instead of my teleportation ability to get up there, so I would have walked there, I would use, oh wait, it's a level, no, it's a continuation, it's not casting a spell, so I would cast a healing word on myself at 2nd level. Oops, targeting myself, don't target these guys. Don't target them, because otherwise I healing word them. Target myself with healing word at 2nd level. Normal. For not too bad. It could have been worse. Yeah, that's the end of my turn, or at least Raver's turn. And then the Druid's turn are going to go for the levies below them with Wrath of Nature, Battle Magic, it doesn't actually attack them. So I'll roll d20 add 5 to it. That is
Oh, yeah.
24. And then it also has +5 to power. So, oh wait. +5 power is 23. No, yeah.
That's definitely hit. So yeah, what happens to these? Bear in mind, this is large scale. This is like loads of druids making this attack, so you can go quite all out, like big battle style.
Well, what do they do? Suddenly, the blades of grass all turn into spikes, and those spikes shoot up from the ground, impaling people that are caught too much off guard.
Okay, yeah, very nice. As you hear some screams from below, but they are able to succeed their morale save and not be frightened. However, they do fail the one to because they are diminished, so they take an extra casualty there, and they are not. A couple of them are impaled on those spikes. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Cool. Then we go to the Tide Swarm. As these sea spawn creatures start swarming in. Baron is going for the wall. As remember, there's water all over the ground here. And this wave shaper is going to slide up to the wall on the water, and as they get to the bottom, they are going to command the waves underneath them, and just it is going to start like running up the side of the wall, and it seems like it's going to use that to climb up. That's all it can do here. And then one of them is going to continue fighting you there. Your
Fuck.
$19 misses. And oh, he does have blood frenzy though. He has advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature who doesn't have all of his hit points. He does have advantage. That is
Oh
a
my
crit.
fucking god.
For 13 piercing damage, as he, very angry at the being struck by lightning, just leaps towards you and plunges his spear in through some of your armor, just going for the parts you can see are already wounded. Then lastly, one of the water weirds is going to make an attack against Carmilla. And there's a 22 to hit for 11 bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled and pulled 5 feet towards it. So the water just rushes out towards you, and you see as it gets intertwined with the cold aura from this toad, it starts to freeze around you, and you start getting pulled closer to it. And yeah, I think that's all for them. That water weird's moving out from under the tree, but other than that, the Tide Shaper, he's not. Oh, he's actually going to start. You see him start moving his hands through the air, and he's going to start trying to actually move the cloud by pushing the winds, and it's going to start trying to push your cloud of your core lightning towards you. So I'm going to need a contested Arcana check here against you, Reed.
All right, let's see.
You have to beat a 9.
Well, Raver is not the smartest.
Neither is this guy.
He is alright and smart. You said Arcana.
Yeah.
Normal. Let's see here.
Oh.
I meet it.
Oh. So as you're standing up there on the wall, you see the guy down below trying to push your cloud back at you, but you just hold back, and neither side is budging as the storm just rages on in between you. And that is going to be their turn in combat. But in the battle, they are going to, as part of that, they are going to call down, use their Scroll of Torrential Rain, and as an action, they are going to choose a rank on the battlefield, and each unit in that rank has disadvantage on attack tests until the end of this unit's next activation. So it's going to choose the Vanguard there, and the rain that is on top, because these two forces are now colliding, those raindrops just start coming down so hard that it's hard to see. You can't see your hand in front of your face. Everyone on top of the wall is just getting pelted with hard rain, and they have disadvantage on their attack tests. I'll say this will give you a disadvantage on attack rolls as well in the combat side of things. But then we go to the dwarves.
Okay. Looking down and seeing Yorman and Camilla being under pressure from I think it's mostly the levies and the bully around them. If on the warfare map, they will attack those. I mean, they will try to units next to each other. So let's do the morale check first. Morale check, and I need to meet at 13. Fuck no. So they are just going to fire at the levies then. And attack at disadvantage would be a 11 to hit.
11 just hits.
Okay, and their power roll is not be a 20 mod. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that is more than enough. So how many casualties do you inflict normally?
Unfortunately, just one. There's nothing special.
Well, they are diminished, so they may take an extra one, but they do not. There's only a few of them left, but they are managing to stay here. Yeah, so it seems like there were a lot of them that got off of that ship, and there are not many left. One more hit will take those down. And then what would the dwarves like to actually do in the combat, do you think? Are they all just attacking more as I'm changing?
I think so. They're looking at this guys trying to swarm up the wall here. I think those that are on or these that are not in combat on the far left will probably shift over they would, as a force, tend to move to this intrusion point where the water chappies are trying to come up the wall, if that makes sense. So these guys so
Yes.
far shooting into the melee, but they will move. They've been doing range into the melee, but here to stop these people from going through, specifically to try and protect the ballista. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
yeah, so those guys are still, yeah, I'm going to give Nuz an attack here against the Baron, as the others will get attacks against the Bullywugs. Actually, can Gorm, Kamala, and Yormund please roll a d20 for me for 3 of their attacks? Okay, so what were those rolls? 2 9s and a 19.
Yeah, 19 for me.
Okay, so the Baron is hit by Nuz with the 19. The others miss, unfortunately, but he does get another couple of axes get thrown into the Baron there, and he is going to take 16 points of damage. As it is trying to climb the wall, but it's just getting pelted from above. And that, I think, takes us to the archers. The archers are once again going to attempt a volley. Oh, and they do. So they are going to attack the druids and the dwarves. First one against the druids. There's a 12 to hit.
I think that literally just hits. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, your
defense
defense.
roll.
Cool. And then power. Oh, okay, a 4. So they don't manage to do any significant damage now against the dwarf. $20 to hit and 8 on power, so it's very much the same thing. They are definitely managing to get some distance on their arrows, but up on the wall, it seems the defenses are too strong, and the rain is not helping. But that is them. As Carmilla, we go to you.
Oh, it's time.
Dinner time.
Exactly. First, you will see.
Oh, sorry, just you are, until the grapple ends, you are restrained. So you are frozen in there. It's not just grappled. So.
Oh.
It's like trying to drown you.
Just check. Well, doesn't change the thing I thought to do, so it's fine. As I do not need to read. But
Yeah.
but what you will see is a mist comes in from the water, flows over Camilla, and when she, well, let me. Oh, better not cast it. We know what happens to tokens. yeah.
Just
What?
where you are.
Yeah, but when you see that like thing, when it's gone, I'm just directly at the ready to bite into it as revenge.
Nice. Yeah, so this water weird thinks it just swallowed something and like digested it for the first time. And is very confused as you just disappear and reappear for the finishing strike. I will give you advantage for this cinematic advantage.
1.
It's a sign.
What the heck? It's the same. God damn it.
Yeah,
Dude.
sorry, the dice gods have spoken.
There's
As
only
you-
one way to do it. It's
But you do land on top of him. You are riding the toad now as well.
Fuck this guy.
Oh my god! I'll say you've still got advantage. You're on top of him. He's like nearly dead.
Finally,
go.
I hit.
And when I fail to bite him, I'm just starting to shank him with the sword out of frustration. Die,
He's not got a
die.
clearly defined neck.
Doesn't matter. I won. I'm happy.
And
My
you are
job is
now
done.
riding on the back of this toad with the dead bullywug underneath you. As you throw it off, you sit down in the saddle and you feel that you are no longer affected by the cold presence while you are sitting in this saddle.
I am now your ruler. Bow down to me.
You can give me an animal handling check to see if it does, because it was pretty convincing.
Ranger, do this, please. Work. Come on, dice. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it feels like you grab the reins and this toad is now fully under your control.
It's not only
Long will this one last?
man. Look at the Jormund in the swimming pool.
So I will point out, now that you have this underneath you and you haven't actually used your movement or anything, you have now mounted this, and it has got 30 feet of movement. It also has a long jump up to 20 feet without a running leap out of there. You would be able to command this thing to do that, or you could make it do an attack as well.
Let's sleep out of here. Over the wall, if it can.
It can get onto the wall.
Good enough.
Oh, why did you dismount? That
It's. I think it's the mount up thing. It's broken. I think that's why they replaced it in a later version. I just
Yeah,
can't
that's
recall
good.
what's called.
It's working for the toad. It just unmounted you. But there we go. You should be on it now, and you're up on the wall. As the two dwarves get confused for a second, but then they see you, and they go back to attacking the bullywug.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Sure,
it's
he is
dismounted
done.
you again. Anyway, so yeah, is that your turn?
Yep.
Very nice.
And finally, that expertise comes in handy.
Cool. So with this, we are going to go to the fish folk. And
Well, we have to point out that historically speaking, Camilla's pets only survive 2 or 3 rounds of ridden. Things are not looking good for the toad.
I mean, it is an enemy toad, so maybe this is the one time that'll work in your favor. So the
Yes,
toad is practically uninjured. Oh no, it is not fully uninjured. I forgot to add.
I slapped Carl Miller's elk once and it was eaten by mountain lions 5 seconds later.
Yeah, didn't she try to ride? No, it was the same incident.
Yeah,
Tried to
the
ride
elk.
a mountain lion.
Wait, really?
No, it was the massive elk. Failed spectacularly.
Okay, so the fish folk are going for the walls again. He's going to, they're just pummeling it with these waves and some eldritch cannon type eldritch blast attacks. But they, because they are battle mages, they can attack the fortifications. So let's see. Oh, 3 they do still hit because it doesn't have a defense score. But that is not enough to break the wall. Yeah, so on the warfare side, they don't manage to have too much of an effect. And the actual fish folk, I think I accidentally took their turn with the other one, so it'll just be this guy who. Yeah, he's still controlling the water there to try and make these attacks, basically. So we go to the levies, of which these fighters that are still around Yormund, they are going to try and make another move against you. But because of your positioning there, they can't really get in there properly. Let's see.
Watch him pull in that 20 anyway. The one that's there. If he does, I'm just down.
Even if he, oh yeah, actually, only if he crit would you be taken down by one. Okay, so let's see. And 19. So not quite, unfortunately for them. And then on the yeah,
Fourth
they
and
are.
fifth 19 against Yormund. You like that 20 armor class is paying off big time.
Fucking A. Marshall, baby.
These guys are going to go for Erman's army as they are attacking that direction. And that one. Yeah, they are. It's just these are just peasants now, just swinging. Like some of them are scattering off, trying to get out of there. As we go to the Falcon Harriers, who are not so scared, and they have just been knocked out of their bird forms, but they're going to start charging in these druids. Some of them have to get down out of the trees, which takes them extra move. Okay, so that one can only get over there. But they are going for the ogres. So I'm going to roll here from the warfare first. As there are still more birds in the air, but those ones are attacking from the ground. In the air, they are going to be doing a magical barrage. So they make a normal attack, but then it may double up. So this is against the ogres. Oh, 18 to hit. Well,
Yeah, hits.
11 on the power.
I don't believe that's enough.
No.
No, not enough.
Cool. So they do not. But I will need a morale save from the ogres for the period while I roll for the druids who are running in here and
18 on morale.
okay, yeah, they all are all good. And these druids, as they run in, they are going to start commanding this rain that is pelting down and they're going to start freezing it in the air as that hard rain now turns to ice, and there are going to be these shards of ice raining down on top of you. So I'm going to need, let's see, just measure. Okay, it's okay. So they are trying to get both of the ogres here and the wall. So I'm going to need Rasmira. Reaver, also you just out of it there. I will need the toad to make it. Camilla's also. We're going by where it actually highlights on the square. So, and both the ogres. So I'll need dex saves from you, Rasmira. No, actually, what am I talking about? It is hitting you. They have multiple druids doing that. So dex saves from Camilla, Reva, and Rasmira. I don't know why I'm being. I'll pull my punches again.
Easy peasy, 22.
Not so easy. 6 again.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Whoops.
Oh, a 0 from the Goliath. I mean, from the ogre. Wow.
This is gonna hurt.
How bad is it?
Then you are going to take this 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage on a failed save.
I might actually go down.
I'm just going to roll it separately. So it is bludgeoning first. And then cold.
Okay.
Okay, so it is 8 from each, so 16 points total.
I'm alive. And I need to make a concentration check on the storm, but I have advantage because I am Warcaster. I should be fine. I'd literally just pass it.
Actually, the toad doesn't take damage. It is the ice doesn't help. It only takes the. Sorry, so you just alive. Well, not bad. Did you add that damage there, Rasmira?
Nope, I will do so now. How do I do that? Just change
Well, that's
that.
fine. I can.
So she takes half. She saved it, so 8 points in total.
Yeah.
Good,
So
because
8.
deal half damage.
yeah, we're heading for the first PC for Valorous Death. Decided that's how she will exit.
Well, I think Shepard and Yeoman's also going to Valhalla today.
Well, it depends a little bit on the generosity. Rasmira's turn comes up.
Flavor might too, if he keeps getting hit. This is fairly low.
Carmela, did you take that damage there?
The 8 one?
Yeah, it was 16 if you failed and 8 if you succeeded.
It is now applied.
Okay, so Camilla's not looking good either. Hanging on by a thread. But that concludes the. Did I? Yeah. Okay. Wait, did they actually attack? Yeah, they couldn't get. So we go to the ogres then. So camera.
Oof.
How
My
Death.
boys.
Jeez.
You see it get pelted with his eyes, and just yell out and lift its club and just squash one of the druids. You just see a splatter across the ground, and the other druid kind of stop in her tracks, just looking in horror as this ogre seems so annoyed.
I mean, he has to get an extra attack for that. No, it's okay.
others-
We'll kill
The
your
other one's
druids next.
So yeah, another one gets battered backwards, or he gets knocked 20 feet by the other ogre. But let's see, Gorm, what are they doing in the war, in the battle? Gorm?
We've lost Gorm.
Did he say BRB or something?
Oh, sorry, I'm here. Well, ogres. Well, I have to roll a d6 if I get my rock back. I do not. I don't think I can do anything then. I don't think I can walk to the falcon as a technically out of the map.
Yeah.
So I'll just nothing, nothing I can do.
It does. The Vanguard does collapse, so I think you can. Oh no, you don't have enough movement. So yeah, you're right.
Nothing for me then.
So yeah, they did in the combat there
Yeah, I
managed
did.
to do some
Smack them.
significant damage, but yeah, then we go to the ballista as the ogres are just waving through the skies trying to smack these birds that are now see the kestrels ducking and weaving. They are able to outmaneuver them. But the ballista team.
For warfare, they're going to try and hit the longship again. Nice. Hmm. 14 power against the warship or the longship.
That is not enough.
Oh fuck.
I need a 16. It is a 16. 20 is enough to hit, but the power is not.
Back.
Unless you've got something against fortifications specifically that gives you like a +2, then
No, just advantage on the attack. But in
although you are in a fortification, I'd say for the ballista I'll give it a +2 because morale checks don't really mean much.
nice.
So yeah, I'll say that hits the. I mean, or just hitting the ship.
Yep, just putting a hole in it. Eventually, hopefully, it'll sink.
Yeah, it definitely looks damaged. You can see the mast kind of tipping over as you've managed to send a ballista bolt straight through it. And then in the battle, who would they like to target?
Target assessment. Which one? could they tell which one's like doing all the water bullshit?
Yeah, you can see, or actually, well, they are being pelted with rain, so they can't really see out far at the moment.
Alright.
They can only really see the ones that are attacking the wall itself. They can't see the guys on the island away there. So yeah, they will be able to see most of the people that are like around you though on that grass in front of the wall.
The ballista will. Yeah, they probably wouldn't bother with me. No, they'll just shoot the Baron again, the big one.
Okay, so that you can roll that +6 to hit.
18.
That'll hit, and 3d10 piercing.
17.
Okay. He is not looking good as one just pierces into him and he's kind of hanging off the wall now.
Nice. And that's the ballista.
Okay, I'm just checking how many shots it's actually supposed to be able to take, but I think just one. Probably takes a while to load with this. Yeah, so Rasmira, it's your turn.
Okay, so here is the proposal to you, and rules as written, this cannot be done. But what she wants to do is use her second wild shape and shift out of archer form into chalice form as an action, and then do a bonus action healing word on Yormund and picking up the extra healing onto Reefer.
Yeah, I'll say you can do a bonus action as an action instead. That's fine. Because bonus actions are meant to be quicker anyway. So
yeah, so the rules as written says you can't, but I will take that here. So she is hearing that there's crap and chaos going on the other side. Look down and see Yormund. Come on. And cast a healing word on him on a second level spell slot. Why is Yormund targeted as near death? So let's
the venerable 6 hit points left.
Okay. Oh, you know what? When I pop this out into a separate window, it wants it to be in the same window. So let's try this again. Bear with me, please. Please hold. It calls important.
I just realized I've also been forgetting to use the Goliath on the wall, who is part of the ogres technically. He missed on his attack. So.
Okay. That is just fucking disgusting. 2 ones on a level 2.
Appreciate it anyway.
Okay. Because she is now in story, there's a 1d8 plus 5 points healing to. How do I? Let's see if this actually works. Refer, where are story form chalice, 1d8 plus 5. Lucky for him, he gets 11 points of healing back. I'm hoping. No, doesn't look like it.
Yeah, you can apply that 11 reaver separately.
Sorry, Yormund.
I'll make do.
And I think she will use what is left of her movement and sort of step a little bit away from that chaos that is coming up the wall there. And that
Are you staying on the wall or are you going back down there?
No, she'll stay on the wall, but out of range of the bullywogs that are climbing.
Yeah,
So
then
say
you'll have to stay there because that we moved was off the wall.
okay. I am not seeing that clearly there. Right, so that is turn.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You're right on the edge there, though. You're on the opposite side. They probably can't hit you from the ground.
Sweet.
Okay. Is that your turn?
That is everything she can do.
Then we will go to the other levies who are going to try and attack the druids again. And that one.
So no.
Yep, good old levies. They suck. So at this point, as we now go to the top of a new round, it is round 3. As Yormund, you see these creatures moving in, and you're starting to feel kind of overwhelmed. And that's when you hear, you can feel the ground underneath your feet vibrating as you hear from behind you the sounds of the armies of Braudavik, everyone that was fighting at the graveyards, all of those units making their way towards you now. And I will let you guys, on your turns, you can deploy 2 units each from that battle. So you can look at the units that you've got, but you will be able to add them to the warfare sheet on your turns now, as they are coming from the left-hand side of the map, and the reinforcements have arrived.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going. So if I'm interrupting, the session is going to last for long. It is getting fairly late.
No, this is where we're gonna. This is the climactic
Oh, okay. We
moment.
survived long enough for reinforcement to arrive.
But yeah, we're 15 minutes at most, but we're wrapping things up.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think it probably makes sense for yeah. I'll put the hounds on the left side of the vanguard. They would just be like crossing the river,
Okay.
kind of swimming along, and Oda's shield maidens just behind. They crossed earlier, but had more sense to swim. Had more sense.
Also,
than
you
swim.
can deploy them on the enemy side. It'll just have to be on the far left.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're coming in from behind. They're coming from the opposite direction. So they are flanking them here if you want them.
Sure thing then. Could I put and instead where can I what's the restrictions on
Just has to be on that left column.
okay. There you go.
So that's where you can deploy them, and then you can take a turn. So
Awesome.
you can move again after that.
The warfare stuff or just combat?
Yeah, just the warfare stuff.
Oh nice.
And then it's your normal turn in combat.
Alright. Okay, hang on, I think I've got a bit confused. Can I make
So
attacks?
just in the warfare, the Oder and the Hounds have arrived to back you up. But
And-
in the actual combat, Oder has pitched up. So your mother comes running in.
But I just mean, can I take the attacks on the warfare with the hounds and
Yeah, you get a full
Okay.
turn. You get the movement and their normal action, everything.
then Oda's shield maidens will attack the fucking yeah, they'll attack the levies. The left side. And I think would that count as flanking? With the ballista cross, or is it too high up?
Yeah, no, that's too far.
Okay.
Oh, the odors one. Yeah, sure.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter.
Probably hits.
Yeah, they completely routed. As what does it look like as Ogre comes to the rescue?
Just like imagine like a commander's tent, how they have like all the units on the board, a war map, and if you can just imagine like someone around the map just puts their fist down on the table and just drives it forward, knocking all the units out of the way. That's what that looks like.
Oh yeah. And you will see your mother run past you, parkour off the roof, and just leap into the air and cleave her axe down into one of the other guy's heads.
I had it.
I don't know, son. Looks like I was almost a little late. Come on.
Potato, potato.
It's a bloodied giant. Your
Just like vaguely muttering, just
And the Jarl is arriving on the other side there as well, so you guys can make your attacks as the Jarl is here to back you up.
Nice. I'll first just finish up with the Hound's attack against this
Oh,
sneeze
yeah.
bot. Let's hope this goes well. No, it does not. Even with advantage. In combat, Yormund will. Actually, Shepherd will first.
Okay, yeah, the Jarl comes in and starts slicing and dicing. It does some decent damage to the guys around you.
Shepherd will. I'm sure he could. He'll leap over here, over the Jarl and the Shaman. And have at the Bullywug Chief.
Oh,
Well, I surely can't let him live after that.
yeah, he gets pulled down to the ground. The Shepherd's already having frog's legs for now.
Just like look at him, it's yeah, his fangs. Oh, please hit.
He croaks the final word as how do you finish?
Just Shepherd takes him by the frog equivalent of a calf and forces him to like a knee. And Yorvin has his last word, swings with his twists with his hip, and takes his head clean off.
And as you lop the head off of this bullywug, as their chief dies, you see the shaman looking terrified as the Jarl's hacking into him, and you just hear the roar of battle cries from the warriors charging out over the rivers behind you, and just you see this sea of warriors coming in to help you guys out. It is getting very late, so if everyone is happy to end here, I think we can.
Yes.
Want to try and squeeze a few more minutes in, we can, but I think
Oh,
this is a good
please.
spot to end.
I just want to take my other attack, and that's it.
Oh, I thought you were done. Sorry.
Anyways, it's just this attack on the other one. Oh, it hit. Fuck yes. I love having higher mods.
That's another kill. And I'll say because of that, because you did more damage than he had hit points, you'll hit the minion as well.
Nice. Just for the leftover damage?
No, it kills the minion. So you
Oh,
kill
wow.
all three of those guys in front of you. This is what does that finishing move look like to end off the session?
Showing up for your mother, right?
Yeoman, as he takes the head off the bullywug, he just redirects all that momentum to come down across his other side at the sea spawn and the minion. Cuts them both down.
Your mother just shrugs and goes, "All right, maybe you didn't need help."
See, I told you, next session he gets down to 0 hit points and falls flat immediately after saying that.
But yeah, thank you guys very much. That is where we will end tonight's session as the reinforcements, the cavalry is arriving without any actual cavalry, but still. And next week, you should be able to make short work of the rest of these guys, hopefully. Though there is still, they seem to be holding their own longer than the others did.